Good evening, everyone. We've had day two of radiotherapy, and kind of way back when I started doing these videos, I was adamant that I wouldn't lie, and I'd be brutally honest. So today was tough. It was a tough day, not with the radiotherapy. I'll set out the day. So we had this morning. I had a visit from two lovely ladies from some St Bees Hospice, who were lovely, and it was a little bit weird, if I'm honest, because like every day you kind of, yes, death is there and things are going to happen and get worse. But it was kind of quite tough to have a meeting with two people to talk about hospice. Admittedly, they didn't actually talk about the hospice at all because they kind of took one look at me and said, "You don't need this yet, so we're not going to bother. You don't need our help. You're in good shape," which was really nice and positive. But kind of the purpose of the meeting was mainly to get information from them in case, well, one day I might need them. So they were lovely. They were telling us a little bit about the hospice, which we all know is essentially somewhere you go possibly to die and see your last days. That's kind of where they provide care and stuff, which is a little bit weird. And then as staff, they also if you wish to die at home, then they can help facilitate that. And it's just a little bit weird, kind of when you feel really positive and healthy and good, and then all of a sudden you kind of have a conversation like that. It's kind of like, oh gosh, yeah, wow, it this is happening, because you can kind of forget sometimes, which is nice. Um, so that it was a good meeting. They were lovely. It was a lovely meeting, but it was kind of a bit like, oh, okay. But I had a really good chat with them. It was really nice. And they were kind of like, look, you don't need to see us at all. We won't be seeing you for a long while, which was cool. Um, so I had that meeting this morning, and then had second bout of radiotherapy, which went well, was a success. It's fairly straightforward and fairly easy. Nothing majorly to report. Um, so that was cool. But then I kind of the rest of the day it was pretty tough because the rest of the day was kind of me spent trying desperately to be motivated to kind of get stuff done and do stuff. But it was quite hard to kind of turn my brain on, um, and kind of feel motivated today, if I'm honest. And then in turn, because you're not motivated, you kind of sat around and you're kind of thinking about stuff, and then it's really hard to kind of be positive because you then start thinking about stuff, and then you're like, oh, I had a meeting with hospice this morning. Oh, that sucks. And then you kind of like, oh, funeral plans, and oh, what's deterioration gonna look like, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it admit today has been a tough day. It hasn't been a disaster. I'm still here. I haven't had any major side effects today, which is good. So really, I've got nothing to complain about. It hasn't been a bad day. Just kind of psychologically in my brain, I've kind of been, I've been thinking about things, and it's just been kind of pretty hard to get motivated. But it's fine. It's one day. I'm going to go to bed soon, wake up, and be productive. Well, I say productive. I've got a meeting at the hospital, so I've got to meet a consultant tomorrow, which is always fun, and another about radiotherapy. But it's all good. So in the grand scheme of things, actually, I've got nothing to complain about because I've still got my health, kind of. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but I do because I can still get up, walk around, do stuff, be active, think straight, kind of, and be okay. But yeah, just kind of mentally, it's just one of those things where just occasionally you get this thought in your head like, huh, Yeah, terminal cancer. That's not good. And kind of, yeah, when you have to deal with kind of, I tell you what, it's really easy to bury your head in the sand. And I completely appreciate kind of people in difficult situations who want to bury their head in the sand and kind of forget everything and pretend it's not happening. Um, and kind of, I guess today I kind of felt a little bit like I wanted to do that, but at the same time, I fully acknowledge that that's not healthy as well, because this stuff is real and it's happening. And actually, the best way to deal with it is to kind of man up a bit, face it, but face it with a positive attitude. So attitude wasn't so positive today, but it's all good. That it's only one day, so I can forgive myself for that. Um, but yeah, yeah. So I'm not going to lie to you and say do another. Oh yeah, no, I felt great today. No side effects, really positive. Because actually, didn't really feel massively like that today, if I'm honest. Um, and it was interesting today, kind of thinking about you know picked Charlie up from school, which was awesome, and got to hang out with him for a bit. And again, it's great because at the moment we're it's all about kind of doing really fun stuff with Charlie and spending time with him and being really positive. But there is the reality that you can't escape that soon, hopefully not too soon, but there are things that are going to happen in the future that I won't be there for. And as much as I can kind of plan and say, oh, but I can put things in place and do him videos for when he's older and like do as much as I possibly can now, the reality and kind of selfishly, all right, I'm not going to be there and that's really sad. I'm not there, so it's not that it's not my issue, but I'm not going to be experiencing it like Katie and rest of my family and Charlie is. So there is an element of you kind of like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like there are things that possibly I won't be around for, and you kind of, and it's really hard because that again, that's a reality that you've got to face up to. You can't like escape it and run away from that because it's going to happen. But at the same time, it's about trying not to think about it and not really dwelling on it. Because the thing is, if I if I was to wake up every day and dwell on all the things that I'm going to miss out on, I'd be so flipping depressed. It would be ridiculous. I'd be awful to be around, and it would be horrendous. So again, it's really tough because I'm aware of that and I know that's going to happen, but mentally, I mean, this is where kind of the whole positive attitude, keeping strong, just going, look, I'm okay with it. Let's just rock with this and deal with it, and that's where it becomes tough, and you've got to really be strong because it's very easy to slip into those kind of, you know, um, they're not negative thoughts. They are negative thoughts, but they're those kind of thoughts that bring you down. And it's silly things like even in like you watch movies or stuff, that refer to death and situations like that, and you're like, oh my goodness, most people see it as a movie and go, that's sad, and I'm like, wow, that's my real life. Actually, that's something that's actually going to happen. That sucks. So yeah, it's been a bit of a tough one. I'm not going to lie, but I'm still here and we're still being positive. And I do health wise, I feel fine. I felt a little bit tired today, but to be fair, again, the amount of meds and stuff I'm taking, I'll take that. But generally, I am all good. It's just one of those days where you just kind of think, boy, it's all about being mentally strong and kind of persevering through it and kind of coming out the other side. So hopefully, good night's sleep tonight, and we will be feeling much better tomorrow. Uh, but yeah, radiotherapy is good. Health is good, and yeah, we're battling through it. Still kind of putting stuff together for projects, things to keep me occupied. Um, More on that soon. But like I said, to be honest, today I haven't been very productive. I haven't been massively motivated, but it's all good. Again, it could be flipping worse. Okay. Um, so yes, it's all good. Um, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll report back tomorrow on any other progress that I have. I'll let you know what the consultant says. That'll be interesting. Um, Mainly because, well, I haven't spoken to a consultant in a long while. To be fair, the last time I had proper chats with consultants, they thought I was going to die. So that'll be an interesting chat. So yeah, I'll report back. Hope you're all good. Back at work. Start of January, and yeah, let's roll on to my birthday, January 29th. That's the next target date to stay well for. Um, and the other thing we did today, interesting, we booked or started to plan Charlie's birthday, which is February the 4th, as well. So that's another kind of target date with regards to health. At the moment, touch wood, it's really frustrating because there should be nothing wrong, because health wise, I feel amazing. But as we know, when I had my hiccup when they thought I was dying, um, uh, just before Christmas, that came out of the blue. So there is that in the back of my mind that could spring up out of nowhere. Touch wood, that doesn't happen, but there is that possibility. So kind of yeah, it's kind of staying positive and thinking, right, get to the end of January, get to the beginning of February, keep taking the meds, just doing everything I possibly can to stay healthy. Unfortunately, brain cancer has a mind of its own, so it's kind of trying to keep it at bay as much as possible. I'm giving it my best go, and yeah, remaining positive and stuff. Hopefully, see lots of you very, very soon around and about. I still plan to be around and about. There's no sitting watching TV. As I have said, I will be out. And yeah, have a good evening, everyone. I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye bye.